Oh, hey there. So glad you decided to join me. I've got a story to tell you. There is, on the other side of the world, a far off, remote place, a lake. The water of this lake is clear, blue, and icy. Most days I would describe it as looking as smooth as a freshly zambonied ice rink. Some days it can be quite violent. On the south side of this lake are jagged, towering mountains covered deep in snow. Theoretically, the snow is not always covering these mountains, but I've never seen their stone tips exposed. I've only been there in the winter. The west and the north sides of this lake slope up to vast plains that stretch off into the distance to some remote place I've never been. But to the east, to the southeast to be specific, lies a river. That river, icy and cold as the lake, cuts a jagged valley in between great peaks. There is a place in that valley, a chalet, with which I am deeply in love. She has a great hold on my heart. This valley has been fought over by kings and warlords for as long as the histories can remember, but now it is inhabited by a peaceful people. These people seem mainly concerned with preserving a simple way of life. This way of life revolves around making and consuming good cheese, good milk, good wine, and having happy cows. Their valley floor is filled with fields of all the produce you could imagine. The eastern wall of this valley slopes up to the pine and is filled with terraces of great vineyards. If you take a certain road up this eastern slope of the valley, the villages and the terraces give way to sheer cliffs and dense forests interspersed with meadows of grass and cows. About halfway up this road, you will find a little village, one of many dotted all the way up this road and all up and down this valley. This little village, home to not more than 200 citizens, was also my home for a number of months. When I first arrived there in the middle of winter, I had no friends. I knew no one. All I had was an address and a hope. A hope that maybe through some time away at this remote village, away from the daily worries of life, I might find a bit of peace in this little mountainside village. What was the moment I found this peace? There was no one big moment, but 800 little tiny moments that all compounded together to give me a quiet, confident peace. Bathing in the frigid mountain streams steeled my resolve, being forced to share my entire life, eating, sleeping, crying, eating, crying again, sleeping again, with strangers struck the very core of my pride. Washing dishes who were with people who were completely foreign to me in culture, ideology, background, I began to realize how inconsequential the divisions I like to build up in my head against other people are. Being quiet and listening to people I strongly disagreed with and allowing my mind to maybe be changed, cut any remaining shreds of superiority I had left. But no, maybe there was a single moment. Maybe there was a time where I did change. Getting on that plane, and then train, and then bus, and then walking up to that door, that unknown place. Crying out figuratively into the void, I can't do this alone. That was the moment I changed. The simple recognition of my human frailty allowed all of these other changes to permeate my very being, to cut, to my core, to strip out all the pride I had left. Change required taking a step into the unknown.